In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you could take a couple $1,000s as a bankroll and turn it into tens of thousands of dollars. Let's jump to the first step here, the most common bankroll that everybody usually starts out with in sports betting, and that's going to be a $1,000 bankroll. Let's set it up this way. We're going to have a $1,000 bankroll. Your unit size, we're going to say, is 3%. So you're betting $30. Now, let's say you try to get a goal of hitting 5 units a month. So 5 units, guys, that's between 5 to 8 bets, depending on what the odds are in a whole entire month. That's what your goal is. Now, I'm going to show you guys exactly what happens when you compound what you're making month in and month out and add that throughout the whole entire year. So let's start out. Again, $1,000 bankroll, $30 unit size. We're aiming for 5 units. So what do? Our first month, we hit 5 units. And now remember, you're betting 3%. So just because you get 5 units, now betting at 3% is almost like you actually hit 15 units. So what we do is after our first month, we're already rolling. We make $150. Our bankroll at the end of the first month is $1,150. Now let's jump to our second month here. Our second month, we're reassessing our bankroll again. So now we're doing 3% of $1,150. Again, we aim for that 5 unit goal because that is a modest goal to be able to hit. With the right strategy in place, you can definitely hit 5 units in a month. Now at the end of the second month, we made $172.50. So now you're going to add that to your overall bankroll, which brings us to $1,322.50. Now it might not seem much right in the beginning that you've gained a lot, but guess what? It starts to add up. So let's fast forward and let's go to month 6 now. At the end of month 6, you hit that 5 unit goal again. You've made $301.70 in that month, but you've been compounding those in between months, getting up to that 6 months. So now your bankroll at the end of that 6 month is $2,313.06. So think of this, you've already doubled your money in 6 months by using compound interest and being able to try to go for that modest goal of 5 units where you could possibly get even more than that. Now let's go ahead and fast forward to a whole year. Let's go to our 12 month. This is off of a $1,000 bankroll. Now in that 12th month, you've made close to almost $700. Now adding that into what your bankroll is now and what has accrued over that 12 months, your end bankroll that you started out with $1,000 ends out being $5,350.25. So you essentially 5x your bankroll from the beginning of the year to the end of the year by just trying to go for a modest goal of hitting 5 units per month. Now the thing is, everybody can obtain this. You don't even need to have the best strategy in place to be able to hit 5 units or 3 or 4 units in a month. But if you guys do want that strategy and you want to learn exactly how to be able to hit these type of numbers, make sure you guys go click the link down below. Now let's take a look at if you have a bankroll of $3,000, how that sets up. So month 1, you have a $3,000 bankroll, we do 3%, that's $90 bet. So at the end of the first month, you've made $450. So now your bankroll is sitting at $3,450. Remember that, we're going 3% off of what that new bankroll is after every single month, saying that we're pretty much getting that in between that 5 unit mark. So now let's fast forward to month 6. Month 6, you're making just a little bit over $900. But to surprise, listen to what your bankroll is now. You started out with $3,000, but by month 6, your bankroll is $6,939. So essentially, again, you've doubled your bankroll with a little bit more. Now let's go ahead and jump to the 12th month. You started out with $3,000. You were able to stay consistent that whole entire year. You stayed to the system. You stayed to the strategies. You hit your goal. Now your end result. What is it? So on your 12th month, you're making a little bit over $2,000 adding to your bankroll. But now your ending bankroll is up over $16,000. So you took your $3,000 bankroll and turned it into over $16,000 by starting with a $90 unit size and a $3,000 bankroll. Now, if you guys want access to a couple sports books that you could access anywhere in the US, it does not matter where you're at, if it's legal or if it's not. Make sure you guys go and click the link in the description. There are 2 sports books, so that way you could get this rolling and there is no excuses for where you're at. Everybody has the opportunity to be able to do exactly what it is that I'm telling you. Now remember, what I'm telling you might sound very easy and it might sound like anybody could do it, but you want to know what the hardest part is that 99% of people will see this and they will fail. And the reason why they will fail is because they just can't stay consistent. Most people can barely last in the sports betting industry 2 weeks, let alone being able to last an entire year of consistently betting, not missing bets, and reaching their goal every single month. But if you are one of those sports bettors that can actually maintain and stay the course for a whole entire year and understand exactly how it works, this is what can happen. You can turn even $2,000, $3,000 into tens of thousands of dollars. Now, what this is that I'm explaining to you is just basic compound interest. That's all it is. You're taking your profits every month and you're reinvesting them right back into your bankroll, and you're betting a bigger unit size. Month in and month out, you keep adding to your unit size, adding to your bankroll, and it just gradually keeps increasing. Now again, this is 100% obtainable for any sports bettor out there. You just have to be able to stay disciplined. The mental aspect is pretty much 80% of this game that I'm explaining to you. Now let's go ahead and talk about the 5%ers in the sports betting industry. People that start out with about a $5,000 bankroll or more. Month one, you're starting out with a $5,000 bankroll, you're doing 3%, your bets are $150 a piece. Your first month, you're gonna make $750. So your end bankroll is $5,750. Let's fast forward to month six. Month six, now you're making a little bit over $1,500 in that month and adding it to your new bankroll, which you guys can probably guess from the first two that I talked, what could your new bankroll be after 6 months? Your new bankroll is $11,565. So again, you've doubled your bankroll with a little bit on top. Now, if you've been following along and you guys listened to those first two that I told you about, a $1,000 bankroll and a $3,000 bankroll, well, you could probably guess where this $5,000 bankroll is gonna go by month 12. Well, by month 12, now you're making a little bit over $3,400 in that month, just being able to hit 5 units at that 3% mark. Now your total bankroll is over $26,000. And actually that number, I'm undercutting it a little bit because it's actually closer to almost 27,000. But I'm just saying some room in there to maybe some months you don't hit 5 units and you hit 4 or you hit 3. Well, guess what? It's still obtainable to happen. The best way to actually make this happen is to have the right strategy in place and have the right mindset in place, because you have to have a combination of both. All right, you can't just have the right strategy, because if you just have the right strategy but your mindset is not looking long term and does not understand that you're looking for an outlook of about a whole entire year, you're never going to make it a full entire year. I'll tell you right now, I deal with people day in and day out to where they can barely make it 2 or 3 weeks. So it's nearly impossible for a lot of people mentally to be able to make it 12 months. But if you can make it mentally and go 12 months, you can hit those numbers. So whether you have a $1,000 bankroll, $3,000 bankroll, or a $5,000 bankroll, the numbers that I told you are 100% obtainable. Don't let anybody tell you that they are not. The only reason most people don't hit those numbers is, like I said, their mentality, their emotions take control, and there's no way they're able to last a whole entire year, let alone being able to last just a couple weeks. It's not rocket science. But sports books and everybody knows that the mentality of most gamblers, they don't look for the long term, they look for the short term. They get emotional, they end up tilting, they'll lose everything in a couple weeks, and they bank on that. They don't bank on the investment mindset of thinking long term. Now, as you guys might know, I'm giving away $10,000 to a lucky subscriber. You could possibly turn that into $40,000+ from what I just showed you here. All you have to do is be able to be a subscriber, and once we reach 100,000 subscribers, $10,000 is going to be given away to a lucky subscriber, and it could be you. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.